All right, you nailed it. So good to see that picking pattern with that descending little note idea. All good now. So let's get to the new one. So basically, still working in the key of E minor or key of G. We're going to stick with that for the most part while you memorize these things. And yeah, whenever you get something memorized, just make the video, send it over, unless you want to have it all done in one go. Uh, just make it easier on yourself. Definitely make it easier on yourself. So, and yeah, the chord theory, all the chords are correct. So, got a couple things for you to practice those shapes. I'll be sending over. So here with the new thing, this is using one of those caged shapes. It just really works well for the picking pattern, the rhythm here. But basically, we're going up this B Phrygian. It also allows us to just stay in one spot the whole time. We can concentrate on the picking a little bit better, I think. So yeah, just going up and down that shape. Now rhythmically, once again, we have the same rhythm written out two different ways. Now this rhythmic pattern is another, we did this with the chords, polymetric. So we have the 4/4 time signature, but the picking pattern or the rhythm is more like a 3/4 time signature. So this is where every 3 beats the pattern starts again. So the top line, we see the tied eighth notes to show where all the upbeats and downbeats are more easily. Here we don't have a choice. We have to use the tie to go across the bar line. But here we got that upbeat. There's your downbeat. And then bottom line, we use the quarter notes instead of the tied eighth notes. Because again, good chance you're going to see that stuff in tabs anyway. Good to see it done both ways. So the strumming or the picking pattern, it's always going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down the whole time, because it is basically going eighth note, quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, and so on. And counting it, when we did the chords, my suggestion was to make it easier, count it as if it was a 3/4. So just 1 and 3, 1 and 3. And then to make sure it sounds more polymetric, if you set your metronome up to being a 4/4, where you have that accent on beat number 1, that would be a good idea. And speaking of, I should do the same thing. Nope, I'm hitting the wrong one. Is it this button? Yes. And then terrible sound set. Alright, probably the best one for this. Wow, it's so quiet. Alright, that's the best we got on this metronome. Here we go. Count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. $180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. $240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And clean chord stuff. Working with those triads. So, because you got quite a few progressions, well, there's 2 progressions with some different ways of playing it. First one here, because there's so many, these are things I'm fine with doing like an honor system on, because there are so many things to record. You can definitely record it though, that's fine. But what I want you to do is work on one line at a time. So basically, until you can play this correctly, don't move on to the next line. And then when you you only need to play it correctly once. One and done. So stay on that until it's correct, played through well, and then you move on to the next line. Stay on that until it's played correctly, then move on to the next line. So what we have here is this 6, 1, 5, 2 progression. Gonna resolve back to the 6. But it's played in different places. So we got an example of starting it on the E string, an example starting on the A string, the D string, and the G string. And then we have another progression here. So this is a 3, 4, 7, 6. And resolve back to the 3. So yeah, this one would be an Aeolian progression. Aeolian. This one is E Phrygian, an E Phrygian progression. And just like the other one, you have an example where this starts on the low E string, the A string, the D string, and the G string. So start with the 6, 1, 5, 2 progressions. And again, stay with each one until it's complete, until you get a good take. And then once you finish going through all the variations of this progression, you move on to the 3, 4, 7, 6 progression. And just like the other one, stay on this until you get a good take, and then that's it. You're done with it. Then move on to the next one. Stay with that until it's done, and so on. So you can use a metronome to help. You don't have to use the metronome. But basically, we're looking for something like this. It changed pickup there. Pick it however feels natural. You could alternate pick this, that'd be fine. But because you're essentially sweeping a bit, no need to stick with strict alternate picking on this. Yep, just one and done, and then do one more example here. So again, just something like this. And setting a metronome can help if you notice that you keep making too many mistakes, like going from one chord to the next, or maybe the chords are just sounding funny. Sometimes having the metronome on will help make sure you're not playing too fast for your own good. So if you find you keep making a bunch of mistakes, put on the metronome to help you out, help yourself out there. So yeah, one more time, just something like this would be good. See, when all those notes string out together, and the way I'm going from one chord to the next is trying to be very efficient with the path I'm going. So basically, each root note to root note of the chord, when putting it together, I'm thinking, how can I go from one chord to the next, the shortest distance possible? And that's going to be important, because the next thing we'll do after you finish going through all those examples is you're going to be putting progressions together, And you have to think, how do I go from this chord to this chord to this one to this one, and then back around to the beginning? How do I go through all these chords in the most efficient route possible? So that's coming up. There we go. Yeah, take your time with it. Now we got a couple weeks until we meet up again. And then, let's see. I think that about covers it. Right, so you're still working on the memorization, so still lots to do. Yeah, I think that about covers it. All right, any questions come up, let me know, and I'll see you again in your new videos.